today some of the girls and guys and I are heading down to Glassnevin in Dublin, here in Ireland, and it is a very historical site, so I thought it would be a good idea to bring you along with us. Last sort of out and about video that I did over in Howth, we took a boat ride from Dublin to Howth and just hung out there for a day. You guys, you seem to enjoy that, so I thought you would enjoy this too. If you don't live in Ireland and you wanted to visit, an island will come to you then. So I hope you enjoy it, and we're also going to be heading down to the Botanical Gardens in Dublin too. So for any of you sort of nature lovers, that would be nice. And a bit of background into Glassnevin. Glassnevin is the burial site for a lot of respected noblemen, a lot of former presidents, poets, actors. Interesting documentary about it, and it's a lot more informative and insightful than this, and it's available for free on YouTube, so I'll put a link down in the description if you want to go ahead and get some more information, find out more about it. But yeah, it was built in 1832 as a place for the Catholic people of Ireland. For me, the sort of takeaway point from all my research was it's very ironic, a bit like the cinema, if you will, and not to make light of a serious situation, but the cheap seats at the back are a lot cheaper, and the more expensive seats at the front with the big, you know, backs and stuff that you can lounge around are more expensive. Even in death, there's a similar kind of scope going around. So yeah, I mean, if you were to be buried, if one was to be buried at the back of the cemetery, quite a lot of kilometers away, but those plots were a lot cheaper and still are, whereas if one was to be buried like near one of the famous monuments or towards the entrance, that is a lot more expensive. Go figure. Anyway, let's get going, shall we? So we're just going to go check out some of the graves and see what we can find in terms of historical figures now. I had to film this because this is one of the most grand tombs I've ever seen. So let's find out whose it is. Right, let's go check out whose tomb this is. Can you see, can you read that? Archbishop of Dublin, so that's why he gets such a fancy tomb. So Jamie, whose grave is this?
This is Arthur Griffith, and he was the fourth president of Ireland.
Wow, what a pillar in our society.
Yeah, seriously done there, Beth.
And the link to Jamie's channel is right here. This is a very interesting one here. So Edward Duff, he was convicted, read this, for the love of Ireland, May 21st, 1867, and sentenced to 15 years in prison, and he was only 24 at the time. So this is the tomb of Daniel O'Connell. This is a huge monument to mark it. It's the tallest tower in Dublin, taller than the one on O'Connell Street.
While O'Connell admired all the ideas of the revolution, he did not like violence. And it was over there in Paris that he gained his lifelong hatred for violence of any kind, but in particular as a means of achieving your political aims. So in a way, he was the world's first peaceful civil rights activist. He led the world's first mass democratic movement, and his methods of social reform would have inspired the likes of Martin Luther King and Gandhi.
So these were the last words of Daniel O'Connell. My body to Ireland, my heart to Rome, and right here, my soul to heaven. And so his heart was actually taken out and buried, well, given to Rome, and his body came back to Ireland. But of course, he probably just meant his love, but being Irish, the people took it quite literally. So Emma, what do you think of Glassnevin? Glassnevin Cemetery so far?
I think it's very good, very informative cemetery. It's obviously very ancient, you know, a lot of famous people buried here in this graveyard.
So these are the tombs of wealthy noblemen of the 19th century. They were intended for all of their families. Some expensive monuments there. Noble folk of Ireland from the 20th century. Now here is the grave of Uncur Seth, who died in an Air India crash. We're just heading over to the other part of the cemetery now, where the World War II memorial is. So here start the graves of all the patriots of Ireland who fought for its freedom. A poem there. But the fools, the fools, the fools, they have left us, are Finian dead, and while Ireland holds these graves, Ireland and unfree shall never be at peace. Hadrach Mac Paris, written in 1915. Bit of a prose there. There are a lot of American war veterans buried here, and this was left in memory.
Irish immigrants who were Fenians, and John earlier on mentioned people who had relatives who served during the American Civil War. One of my relatives was one of those that enlisted with John O'Mahony, and he had emigrated with two brothers from Dublin to New York, and all three of them served during the American Civil War.
This is the Republican plot right there. Wall just there marks the end of the 4-mile-long cemetery. And this is the beautiful entrance to the Botanical Gardens. So here we are now at the Botanical Gardens. We're just doing a walkthrough because it started raining. It's a lot brighter now. But yeah, oh look at those big orange flowers. What are they? That's what they are. Inside there is more of the stuff you want to see, so you just have to come and visit it yourself. Just passing by the back end of the Botanical Gardens in all their glory and splendor here. What a funky mural. Niall, who's playing today?
Aston Villa are playing against Derby to get promoted to the Premier League.
And here is a signed shirt from the Dublin Irish football team. This is what I've ordered, the crispy chicken stir fry. Looks quite promising. So I hope you enjoyed our day in Glassnevin, guys. Here is the end of the video. So don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and if there's more places in Ireland that you would like to see, comment below and so I'd make a video on it.